I see you, champion. Sit, please. If you're ever in need of a quick refuge, there's an ancient tunnel north of here that machines tend to avoid. I scouted it many times trying to find a way further in, but the way is blocked. Whatever the tin had in there, they kept it locked away.
Thanks for letting me know. Ancient tunnel, huh? That'd be a good idea to take a look around if I'm in the area.
Like this? Oh,
You're not waving a hammer around, Aaron. Try a gentler touch.
and my big sausage fingers don't really do gentle, okay?
Bring it back. Trace the line. To your right. Other right.
I just saw it. It's the one Aloy found up north. Gotcha! They call it a concussion beat party or something. Yeah, now that's music.
Aloy!
Aaron, you're all better. And you're here.
Well, the world only goes on if you can do your thing. We learn fast enough, we help make that happen. You want all the backup you can get, right?
We still have much training to do, of course. One does not become hunter in a day.
Each seed grows at a pace of its own. Doesn't mean it won't bloom. You should know your Tanakh friend arrived.
Katalo.
I heard their warriors drink people's blood. I want to sleep with one eye open.
I think he's seen enough blood for a lifetime.
I showed him to one of the rooms. He seems to appreciate the privacy.
Looks like you've got things under control. I should get this to Gaia.
Right. We'll keep on training. Catch up as fast as we can.
I'm seeing glyphs in my dreams already.
Well, while you've been off gallivanting around, I've been working with Gaia to find out more about the land gods. So from where I'm standing, you're in need of some training. Come along.
Okay.
I'm telling you, the old ones put blades on their feet and...
Hey,
Hey.
a nice place.
Well, it's not like I...
Right. Well, I can see why you, it is a lot to take, but don't worry.
Right. How are you settling in?
Varl's been helping me get the lay of the land. I don't know who makes him more nervous, that Guile.
Well, what about the Vanguard? Aren't you supposed to be back east?
I sent some of them back to Meridian with a message. I doubt Avad will mind me sticking around to help.
So, you've met our...
He's, I thought his people were supposed to be bloodthirsty
You shouldn't believe everything.
Yeah.
So, Talana came by the base?
Yeah, more like rushed through. I was hoping she'd stay. Only Carja I've ever met who's, but it seemed like she had more
I see Varl gave you a folk...
Well, it doesn't look as fashionable on me, but by the four, granted, a lot of them are bad, you know. I'm still trying to wrap my head around most. I never really understood how you were ever able to, and now I do. It makes me feel like I could be useful.
It takes some time, but... I guess you know what we're up against.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When Varl first told me those, I thought he'd eaten too many of those Yeah, but I've gotten used to seeing impossible things. I just wish they weren't always trying to kill us.
Yeah. I better go.
Right.
Wow, this
Yeah, and Gaia placed all the data she got from your... With the focuses you gave us, we'll be able to, you know, learn and if you need us, we'll be there to...
Got it. I'm guessing you've spoken.
I wanted to pay my respects for those who fell when we were... Told him I'd never seen anyone throw themselves. He said a warrior shouldn't be prayed. For a second, I thought I was talking. Never thought of Tanakh than a Nora war chief.
I'm guessing Talana didn't stay.
You got that right. Makes you wonder what this Amadis guy...
Whatever it was, she...
Must be quite a story.
I guess she'll tell us when she's ready. How's everyone handling their...
And we all have our difficult moments. But I'm hoping Oseram's stubbornness...
How's everyone doing?
Just taking it all in.
How's,
You know we really are training. Look, she reads glyphs faster than I can already.
Of course. You guys reading something over?
We just finished going through all the logs you collected and All Mother Mountain. It's hard to imagine that my ancestors without the knowledge from Apollo to...
Thanks to Ted Fair.
Yeah. I wonder how it must have felt when the world must have seemed so...
Not to mention terrifying.
And they became an entire...
Looks like I was wrong about this. Their ship didn't explode on its way to Syria.
And we saw how they lied about creating a better... Guess they lied about what happened to their ship, but still... The tribe said...
I couldn't put a single dent in their shields, Varl.
That didn't stop you from resurrecting. Won't stop us from using Hephaestus.
Let's hope that's it. Think you can hold the fort while I'm...
If Aaron stops listening to the we'll be fine.
Aloy, we've gathered some supplies in that chest. Take what you need.
Varl looks happy about his training.
Learning is best done.
Have you gone back to Plainsong?
I thought about it. The chorus already thinks me. If they knew, even if they understood. This. No. For now...
Sounds like you met my...
Yes. The Karja Huntress. But Varl tells me that she too suffered.
Yeah. You've spoken with Kata...
A few words. You must have made quite the impression.
So you've been...
Yes. She was including their demise, and I was surpassed, but reborn.
You've been getting to know Aaron,
Of course. In this case, a very...
What are you up to?
Gaia was kind enough to put together a... She helped me decipher some, and showed me how to use the... It's not easy, but...
That's good to hear. I see you've...
Gaia did say this place was so we could regain control of our land, nurture them like the land. It does strike me as odd that a place...
Did Gaia tell you anything?
She did. To think that there are places among the stars, it is... and heartbreaking. That such...
I was hoping you could tell me.
For generations they provided for. Food for all. A blessed land. They had always but... For several seasons, at least now I know why. Without it, that is why I must find a way to heal.
So, how does warriors like that?
By holding them up when our fields bloomed aplenty. But Plainsong's dishes, in the end, the Utaru promised to provide the Tanakh. In exchange, the Tanakh would a veteran to train. This custom was abandoned, but some veterans still...
I believe I've met them, or... I've been meaning to ask. You didn't seem to be on...
That's what happens when you're the one who taught... When the Karja invaded they burned our fields. Those who were too weak to make the...
To be sacrificed.
I was helping the healers back then. The chorus was divided in how to face... Others believed the dishes would... And while they bickered...
You called yourself a...
To all living things an end must come. I try to bring comfort.
You called yourself...
To all, I try...
It couldn't have been easy. Seeing your people...
I come from a small village. My grandmother used to say there was... I moved to the dishes when the Red Raids began, but the injured kept pouring into Plainsong. One day, I woke up to hear a Karja raiding party. I rushed there with the healers to help the smell of burning flesh.
I'm sorry, Zah.
I made it a point to demand that we take a step. I was denied.
Right,
I shall return.
Holograms. Gaia, I thought you said the data here was lost.
I was able to repurpose the...
Looks like someone's made this space their own.
I see you found Varl and Zoe's room, Aloy. I believe they wanted private
So this Hephaestus
So the Ten carried their visions with them. Aloy,
It's good to see you.
I've been told of our enemy, and your friends showed me to the... and gave me this focus, but all I really need to know is where...
Welcome to the team. You said the Bulwark was your home.
Yes,
That's all you're gonna tell me?
fine. As you wish. As I grew older, I came to be known to Kote. I fought by his side against the... and led my squad on a dangerous... It was I who opened the east side.
That must have gotten you some...
Indeed.
Then why'd you leave?
I became...
Why did you leave the sky?
I was sent to the... Back then, I would have obeyed his every... I was too blind. Fear of a rising young warrior. I returned a hero from the... Never occurred to him.
Why did Tekote think you wouldn't be a threat to him?
Tekote knew I'd be forced to forsake the clan. I'd never be allowed to challenge his... After our victory at Barren Light, said it would be selfish, even though he knew perfectly well it was exile. So I became a marshal.
I'm sorry you had to go through...
I am not. Though it pained me.
When we were at the Bulwark, the Wings of the Ten, what does it mean?
The visions tell us that the Ten and for us to imitate this feat is the... And it is why the challengers leap into the... Many times I am the feeling of freedom.
What did Chief Akaro say when you told...
You spilt rebel blood at the Grove. There was little more to be said.
Well, I'm honored he lent me his...
Indeed.
What are you looking at over there?
The others have been helping me decipher the symbol, so... I thought I'd try to understand... This... Hephaestus.
Yes,
How many?
as many as we need.
Such power.
Now that you know who the enemy is,
I'll admit, I find them vulnerable.
for now.
I will leave the strategy. I trust you will point my blade.
What do you think of our squad?
They seem eager to fight. Farmers don't make...
She seemed pretty effective when she took...
Interesting.
I should go. Feel free to check in on Hikaru.
I will. May the
Looks like Erend and Katalo moved their stuff in. Huh. Looks like someone's rearranged stuff in here.
Aloy, I see you found your room. Your companions thought you would appreciate a private space of your own.
That was thoughtful of them. I've been carrying Elizabeth's pendant with me for months. But since we're gonna stay a while, I think I'll keep it here, where it'll be safe. My old spear. Rust helped me make it. And I finished my training. Feels like so long ago now. This is the rite of passage that Vishav gave me at the embassy. I liked him. He seemed like a good man. I think he was really looking forward to going home. Do you have time to talk?
I do.
You said you set out to fight.
I did. News of my Before I knew it, we knew we couldn't take, but we also knew the lay of the... We ambushed, sabotaged their supply line.
Sounds like you were...
Enough that the Tanakh... When the clans... We chased the enemy...
You said you were at Barren Light when...
Tanakh marshals, then attacked. Before we knew it, the gates were open. What happened next? When all the dust and bloods... Our enemies defeated. I went back. It didn't feel like I'd...
Is that when you...
I thought... Soothing. Then you came along. I could either sing at...
I'm glad you chose I need to head out.
I'll return to...
Welcome back, Aloy. When you're ready, please merge ether with me.
Gaia?
Afterwards, I must discuss
What is this?
an important... It is a control console for a drone-based imaging system connected to this dome. I will transmit the relevant data to your focus.
Huh. So this Cyclops is a network of drones to monitor the deteriorating biosphere conditions. I guess it was meant to display on the dome, but... the drones aren't connected anymore. If I find the drones out in the wilds... I could get the data from them. Use it to reconnect them and restore the display. So, what did you want to discuss?
While you were away, I received an unusual transmission on my dedicated Aletheia frequency.
Aletheia. That's one of the sub-functions you couldn't detect before.
Yes. The transmission occurred so slowly that at first it seemed like an accidental blip of data amongst background static. Once I noticed this irregularity, it took some time to collate the complete message.
Coordinates. Where does it lead?
To a mountain to the northwest of this facility. A word of caution, Aloy. It is possible this transmission is genuine. It is also possible it is being broadcast by someone or something else.
You don't think it's actually Aletheia?
I am uncertain.
What's SOS?
It is an old world code. A distress signal. A desperate plea for help.
Why would Aletheia send a frequency only the two of you
I believe it was done as a precaution, or at least to create the I am also uncertain why Aletheia is able to detect and respond as far as it is aware.
Okay, so either Aletheia is in trouble, or someone else is trying to get us to go to these coordinates.
That is my conclusion.
Could the Zeniths be sending...
According to the data I reviewed, the Zeniths recovered the other Gaia root kernel. It is feasible they used it to gain access.
So... maybe they sent it thinking you'd...
Possibly. However, the transmission... If they intended to provoke me into... I would expect the communication to be...
Right. So maybe it's not that. You said the coordinates lead to a mountain to the northwest. What's there?
I have no record of any...
Okay, and what about the other number in the message?
I have queried my available databases, but it doesn't... Perhaps its meaning can only be...
All right, I'll go to the coordinates and check out the source of the transmission.
All by yourself? Ha! No way.
I included Erend and Varl in this briefing via their focuses. I concur that you should not investigate this alone.
What if it's a trap?
Of course it could be a trap. But if it really is Eleuthia, then it's in trouble, and I need to bring it back. Don't worry. I'll be careful and...
We're coming with you.
Fine. Go grab your things.
We'll wait for you at the west exit, in case you need to upgrade your gear.
Aloy,
That was sneaky of you, patching in Varl and Air.
I am pleased you accept. Is there something you wish to discuss before you depart?
What can you tell me about...
Demeter Sows?
So once I bring it back...
While permanent restoration, I may be able to improve However, like Ether and Poseidon, alone and frightened, it may have taken measure.
Okay. I'll keep my guard up. The missing subordinate functions.
Artemis rewilded the Earth with... Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating. But unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged.
Pharaoh, huh?
Understandable. He appears to have been pathologically narcissistic.
All 3 of the missing functions have already served or were prevented. Do you still need them?
If attainable, restoring their remaining elements would increase. Perhaps you will be able to procure Artemis and Apollo, however.
So, Poseidon.
Poseidon controls the once it is restored to me, but I must warn you. It may have taken measure.
I'll be careful. So, once you'll regain the capacity...
Yes.
So, could attack the descendants of...
It is in my nature to take human life up. So yes, I could design. Given the nature, I must admit, no matter how Indeed.
You mentioned that the superstore...
Yes. Weather patterns in the local region.
That'll be a relief recovering after a month.
I will continue to stay.
Why did Ether take up Rust?
As with the other, Ether needed to one in the museum, given that the holograph...
So Ether was assured it could...
Correct. Though it is curious that...
Maybe it also... How's Katalo?
I detect that the loss of his... Though he has not voiced, I may be able to assist in his...
Really? How are things around here?
Zoe has been studying them in an effort to without the ability. I am unfortunately However, Zoe and I...
Well, keep... Varl and Zoe seem to like spending...
Indeed. Zoe discovered references to a diet. She appreciated the similarity and encouraged Varl.
And how did that go?
I believe they have a...
How's Aaron?
He is becoming increasingly accustomed to use of...
What did he do?
He unfortunately crushed his first focus as he attempted to. Amongst a number of Oseram curses, he is given repeated assurance.
Well, good thing we have a lot of extra. Gaia?
Her presence is interwoven with my We exchanged greetings. It was the first of many conversations. Listening to her stories.
Your friend?
Yes. When though I am glad she made it home.
She was okay with that. Thanks, Gaia. So, the greatest mind, all working to build the terraforming system while the... What was it like?
Personnel worked in rotations. Resources and technology were secured. Within a month of the project's conception, Elizabeth encouraged me to spend time. She said it was important to aid in my...
What were they like?
Scared. Hopeful achievements on a scale never... I owe everything...
So the Hades Proving Lab, where it used to be a Pharaoh research...
Yes. The facility was used to engineer and test. It appears to have been one of many recent.
I guess it wasn't enough to build Autumn. He wanted viruses to So, a while back, before I discovered another AI there. It was created to oversee operations for, and it spent the last 1,000 years, and I'm guessing you didn't know.
No. From the data on your focus, it seemed an effort by its creators to protect.
Any chance it could help?
I have already attempted contact. Given its previous experience with accepting an outside net, I imagine it is unwilling to.
Right. Because last time Hephaestus and... Well, that's too bad. I think that... There was an ancient tank embedded in the bulwark. Any idea how it got there?
During the Pharaoh Plague, the U.S. military as automated machine. It is possible the vehicle was part.
So they fought against the Pharaoh machines until the mountain was blasted apart. So this facility, the region, it was meant to oversee the terraforming system?
For the local had humans received their education, they would have then been guided here, as that never happened.
Until Minerva decided to settle here. So I guess this room was meant to keep...
Yes. To observe weather?
That would have been quite a sight.
It may still be possible should you find and reconnect the cameras to this room.
I'll keep a lookout. See you later, Gaia.
Until next time. I was able to unlock another room in the main living area.
Good to know. I'll check it out when I can. Huh. That door's unlocked now. Gaia, what was this room for?
This was intended to be a recreational room. Control center operatives. Unfortunately, the entertainment modules were lost with the Apollo database.
That's too bad. There's data here. Another room. What for? Oh, I'm back in the sleeping quarters. No good. Door's locked until Gaia can restore access.
There she is.
You ready to head out?
Let's go.
Look at us. 3 battle... This distress call had to be up a really steep mountain, huh?
Merman.
What is that?
Well, that takes the keg.
Varl, see if there's anything over there.
On it.
We'll check out the battlefield. Let's start with that Zenith. Well, there are obviously more Zeniths than we know about.
Can't believe you fought one of them.
Almost didn't make it. Whatever the rebels did, it took down her shield. But why was she here? I can access her last communication file, but I'll use my focus to scan the battlefield too.
What about that crazy weapon the Zenith had?
It looked like she can make it come
Hello,
and go at
Verbena?
will,
What do you have for me?
but it's gone now.
I checked everywhere, still no sign of the asset.
Well, go do your thing.
Can we call off this
I'll
pointless
wait here.
search already?
The
Let's
Spectre
not
had
forget who let it
instructions to
slip away in the first
assist
place.
recovery of the asset.
Now, I'd like to see results by
I don't know what this
nightfall.
asset is.
Do you think you can manage that?
Hold on. I think I see something.
No crunch under my boots. The weapon's still hot. I need to know how it worked. But I'll have to check on it once it's cooled off. An Oseram with a focus. Looks like he was sending data on the weapon somewhere else. Looks like the rebels camped here for a while. Are they watching this area? All right. I think I have an idea what happened here. I better get back to Erend.
All right, she who sees the unseen. What did you find out?
This was a carefully planned attack. I found camping gear up there. The rebels must have been staking out this place for at least a few days. They were waiting for the Zeniths to show up. All so that they could test that weapon. The Zeniths have a personal shield that makes them invulnerable, but somehow the weapon got rid of it. The Oseram that was operating it was sending data on it somewhere else. It was probably just a prototype.
I've known tinkers that do that. I'd do a little trial run before breaking out the real thing. Well, I guess it's still a work in progress, if it blew up.
She was searching for something she'd lost. Her drone had instructions to recover something called the asset.
The asset? Is that the sub-function thing that you said could be here? The Luthia?
I'm not sure. Come on, let's go talk to Varl. That's a long way down.
Something tunneled straight down into the mountain. Looks recent.
Whatever it was, it must have been powerful. That Zenith the rebels killed was looking for something called the asset. I don't know what it is, but my guess is it's somewhere down there.
All right, so we head down.
Erend, stay here and stand watch. That Zenith isn't the only one of its kind. I don't want to be caught by surprise if the others show up. Contact us by focus if you see anything.
Okay. Any trouble shows up, I'll call you.
Let's go. There's some kind of old-world ruin down here.
You said the Zeniths have their own backup of Gaia, right?
Yeah, from the Proving Lab.
So
Looks
maybe
like
they
some
were
kind of
after
data
Eleuthia.
center.
Found its hiding
We
spot.
might be able to
so it
access
sent
the
distress
facility
signal.
systems from that console. Maybe. I've never seen a transmitter like this before. Looks like it's self-destructed. This was a Far Zenith research lab. It looks like a lot of data was beamcast from here recently. From that device nearby.
So Eleuthia's gone?
If it was ever here, then probably.
So, exploring
And
another
why
Far
would Zenith
Zenith
still
ruin.
searching for the asset? At least this one doesn't seem to have giant killer machines.
Or anything you can blow up. All this stuff. I wonder what they were doing.
Well, knowing Far Zenith, probably discovering amazing things. For their own benefit.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Ectogenic chambers. Like the ones I saw inside a Zero Dawn cradle facility.
What were they for?
Remember when I told you I was made, not born? This is how.
A machine that makes a person.
We better check in that room. This place is huge. Some kind of storage room, maybe.
Maybe the asset is in here somewhere.
If it is, somehow the Zenith couldn't find it. Let's look around. The control console. To access the storage units.
Can it tell us if the asset is in one of them?
Well, let's find out.
$236 containers in storage. Please enter the container number you'd like to retrieve.
236? Wasn't there a number in the distress signal?
You're right. I should check the log.
236 containers in storage. Please enter the container number you'd like to retrieve.
Maybe this one.
Nothing.
236 containers in storage.
How about this?
Empty again.
236 containers in storage. Please enter the container number you'd like to retrieve. Error. Container limit exceeded.
Okay.
Error. Container limit exceeded.
Okay. Okay, let's try this.
Nothing. What about that number in the distress signal?
$236 containers in storage. Please, error. Container limit exceeded.
Okay.
236 containers in storage.
Aloy. It's you. Skin's like ice. Must have cut this from her head. But why?
Hello, Elizabeth. Apologies, I don't know what else to call you. My name is Beta. I'm afraid I must be brief. I only have a few minutes before my keepers discover I'm missing, and I still need to remove this implant. I had hoped to find shelter with you, but if you're viewing this, I may be dead. Be careful when you take on Farsiness. They are ruthless, and they have Eleuthia, Artemis, and Apollo now. But at least they don't have the Gaia kernel to merge them with. You must succeed, or this was all for nothing. Good luck, and goodbye. So she's
still alive.
We need to get her back to...
Oh shit, they can fly? Aloy! Aloy, can you hear me through this thing?
What's going on, Erend?
2 of those Spectre things just fell out of the sky. One of them is heading down towards you. The other one's waiting up here.
We're coming up. Stay in cover until I get there.
You got it.
Get her to cover in that room. Whatever happens, she stays with us.
I'll protect her.
I should prepare before the Spectre gets here. I can't let it get through to Varl and the clone. Here it comes! Ooh, ugly one, aren't you? See if it has any weak spots. That thing's quick. There.
Are you okay, Aloy?
Yeah, I'm heading up top. Stay down here with the clone for now.
Got it. I'll follow once the coast is clear.
Gotta get back up top and deal with that other Spectre. I just hope Aaron stays in cover. blueprint!
And the Spectre's dug its heels in. It's got me pinned down.
Hang tight. I'm almost there.
Just hurry.